guys. Now I'm going to do a different sort of vlog. This is a presentation of my my trip to Italy with my two cousins last summer, and this is how it's going to go down. I'm going to show you the small amount of footage that I took with my photo camera of the places we were, and between each city I'm going to interject and with commentary. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do now. And I've been working a long time with this because at that time I hadn't started my vlog, and so I'm not speaking English in it. That's the thing I want to get across. I'm not speaking English, so I had to the subtitle the thing. And being me, I like to take my time because I'm lazy. So, but I have finally subtitled everything, and it's all ready in the computer, ready to be combined with the things I'm currently doing now. So I hope you'll enjoy this. It's a new kind of vlog for you and for me, being the vlogger, and for you being the vloggy. I don't know what that means. Anyway, hope you enjoy. Ja, så nå sitter vi på Sola flyplass. Vi fant nettopp ut at flighten vår hadde blitt kansellert og blitt omdirigert til, i stedet for København og Venezia, så går det Stavanger, Oslo, Stockholm, Venezia. Så ja, vi kunne faktisk ha sovet en time lenger, men det er sånn det er. Så ja, vi får se når vi kommer frem.
Jeg tror allerede må begynne å tenke på å ta ut mer penger i dag.
Ja.
Men det koster jo litt å komme seg frem da.
Det gjør jo det.
Men da kan vi gå fra hotellet på mandag eller på onsdag. Trenger ikke ta taxi på onsdag. Skal jeg ta?
Ja, nå kjører vi på en taxibåt i Venezia. Det er ganske sneisent. Ok, så nå er vi på rommet. Vi har nettopp sjekket inn etter en ja, ganske duelig lunsj. Og skal vise dere hvordan det ser ut nå. Her er hovedrommet med seng og reiseseng. Det ser temmelig nydelig ut, ja.
Kjempefint.
Oh, yes. Skal vi se. Så er det klesskapet. Et helt rom som ja, av alle rom så er det et klesskap. Et helt rom dedikert til et klesskap.
Jeg synes det virker veldig kult.
Og så er det safe.
Vi er safe.
Ja, vi er helt safe. Dette er... Her er badet. Marmor deluxe. Skikkelig god kvalitet ser det ut som også. En telefon.
På badet, riktig.
Jep. Og ja, vi må jo se på utsikten. Hva slags utsikt er det?
Hvilken utsikt er det? Godt spørsmål, nå må vi bare få finne åpningen her. Det var ganske begredelig utsikt, egentlig.
Ja.
Men det er ikke utsikten vi har for å se.
Det er jo ikke det. Vi må se. Jeg må lukke opp og så se hva som er her nede.
Stilig.
Jep, det leder rett ned til en kanal. Så er det båter som passerer forbi, ja. Klesvask, penger til tørka. Ikke verst i det hele tatt. Og der er kampanjen.
Det er jo litt digg å ha kamera på iPhone nå.
Ja. Så vi er i Venezia nå. Går på en ganske bra boardwalk på siden her. Der er, som du ser, så er det en veldig fin skyline. Som går hele veien rundt, egentlig. Så vi går her, det er et veldig fint parkområde rett ved siden av her. Og det er varmt, men det er en ganske mild bris. Jeg hadde liksom ingen store forhåpninger til Venezia, men nå når jeg først er her, så er det er en vakker by. Det er en koselig by. Du går liksom rundt i trange gater og ja, mot all forhåpning, vil jeg si. Absolutt mot all forhåpning.
Skal ha med damer neste gang.
Ja,
romantiske by.
Ja, det er nok ikke... Ja, romantiske by er det også. Det er veldig tilrettelagt for romantikk, det er det. Så, ja, absolutt. So, Venice. The only thing I can say about Venice is that it's totally unexpected. The thing is that what we were doing, me and my cousins, were that we each picked one Italian city, and which we were going to, like, be our city. Myself, for example, was responsible for Firenze, or Florence, for you English-type people, and what I was going to do was I'm going to find attractions, things to look at, things to do, and Stian, my elder cousin, he would do the same for Rome, and Espen, my younger cousin, would do it for Venezia, because those cities we were responsible for were the ones that we wanted to visit the most. So But the thing was that Venice was very, very unexpected. Was very, well, not unexpected, that's really bad grammar. It dawned on us that it was, of the three cities, it was clearly the best, because it was the two others are cities. They are cities, like with cars and streets and people rushing along. But Venice was totally different. It was totally different because in the small way, because it's weird. It's like a totally new universe. It has no streets. Well, it has streets, but not like streets where cars can move. There are no cars. There are only people and boats. As I mentioned, the city is a city of romance. It's a very romantic city. The streets are very stereotypically Italian, if that means anything to you. It sort of reminds you of those Italian movies, you know, well, I don't know, I haven't seen that many Italian movies, but it sort of feels that way. Like Rome and Firenze would just look like any other big city, but not Venice. It looks Italian. That's the best thing to explain. And so we did a lot of things in Venice. We went around. We bought masks. We saw the Campanile, San Marco. We saw the. We went on a boat to reach our hotel. We went on a boat taxi, which was cool, and yeah, we mostly spent our time walking around, really, and we had a very good time. Venice is a very beautiful city. If you want to visit a city out of the ordinary, go to Venice. I urge you to go to Venice. It's a really, really beautiful city, and the people there are very nice, happy people. You know, they have these. You know, you think of the Italians as like full of life and enjoying life and food and wine and things. Yeah, and it's totally true. They are so full of life, Italians. And right, so now we are going off to Firenze, my town. And let's go! Ok, nå er vi på hotellet i Firenze. Har nettopp sjekket inn, pakket ut litt og sånt, og er fremme. Det er et skamfint rom. Det er døra. Hardwood, blackwood type ting. Jeg vet ikke hva det kalles, men det er veldig fint. Her er badet. Alt i det fineste porselen. Marmor. Fine greier. Så kommer vi da inn til selve rommet, som er dette. Ligger Stian og koser seg. Og her er Espen i gang. Så har vi også her da, i stedet for gardiner, så har vi disse platene her. Og Utsikten vår er bak en vegg av massiv varme. Det er så skamvarmt her i Firenze at det er helt sykt. Dette er utsikten vår. Der borte ligger det en kirke, og rett ved siden av er togstasjonen, som er ganske nærme alt sammen. Og noen kvartaler vekke så ligger Il Duomo, og alt ligger egentlig ganske sentralt. Så ja, dette er rommet vårt i Firenze. Det er et veldig flott hotell, må jeg si. Ja.
Vi slipper linen, så at vi gjør det. Holder den, bare sånn i tilfelle. Vi kan gå ned også, eller?
Ja.
Tog du bilder av dem? Eller?
Nei, jeg tok ikke bilder av dem.
Filmer du?
Ja, akkurat nå filmer jeg, ja.
Så du filmte på Google?
Nei, jeg prøvde i hvert fall. Skikkelig tamme her i Dobbeløy-hagene. Det er en skamfine hage, altså. Og det er så rolig. Du hører liksom bare liksom sirissene knage i sivet. Og det er varmt akkurat her, så nå er vi i skyggen av et tre. Så det er ikke så gale akkurat her, men i solsteiken er det helt forferdelig.
Jeg trodde vinden skulle blåse kraftigere opp på et sånt område som dette.
Ja.
Skogen forhindrer det.
Ja, det er skogen. Hele greia er skogen sin feil.
Fy.
Fy skogen!
Men kjenn nå da.
Ja, der er han.
Kom tilbake.
Eneste
problemet med at vi i Firenze
Vindens guder, blås mer.
Ellers har det vært ganske kjekt her. Når du skal kunne Naruto. Fotron. Cyclone blow. Ja, jeg hadde små ord til det. Se, nå kom det. Bare jeg sa det.
Ja, sant. Stian is the master. The master of the winds.
Det blåser plutselig.
Ja.
Jeg må jo være Gud. Jeg må jo være Gud.
Ja, du må være Gud.
Encourage him. Du vet hvor mye jeg tuller når jeg snakker nå.
Firenze har vært varm. Det er vel egentlig det du kan si om Firenze. At det er, ja, mildt. Det er mildt sagt veldig, veldig varmt. Men det er herlig. Det er mye å se. Det er mye å se, og mye å gjøre. Mye å se i hvert fall.
Roma igjen.
Og nå har vi Roma igjen, det er jo det verste.
Og forhåpentligvis er den kaldere. Ja, jeg tror den er kaldere.
Stian sier at det er kaldere i hvert fall, så...
Jeg tror det var mellom 20 og 25 i Roma, men så var det
25, ja.
Nei, Roma er også en fin by, men Firenze har slått alle forventninger. Det har det. Det var en nydelig by.
Det var det, ja.
Jeg ville jo mest til Roma, jeg da. Så men både Venezia og Firenze har vært fantastisk flotte byer, så jeg har ikke kjedet meg noe veldig når jeg har vært her, nei. Eneste har vært litt heteproblem. Ja, litt varme.
Litt varme, ja.
Jeg tror varmen har gjort oss litt småsure, litt på av og til. Litt sånn.
Ja, det kan være.
Så det har vært litt sånn krangling, men det har gått over nå. Vi måtte bare slappe litt på hotellet, og så gikk det greit.
Ja.
Right, so that was Firenze. And as I noted with the Venice footage, Firenze is more like a regular city with tiny pockets of Renaissance folded in. The greatest example is, of course, Il Duomo, which we went inside, and you know, I'm not a Christian, I'm not a Christian, and but I like churches, and the reason why I like churches will become apparent in the Rome segment, particularly in these St. Paul, the St. Paul Cathedral segment. We'll come to that later. Il Duomo is smaller. It's not as grand as St. Paul, but boy, it is something to behold. And we went up into the dome, which wasn't that pleasant. It wasn't as pleasant for me because I'm getting squeamish even thinking about it. I have a thing about heights. Well, not exactly heights, but I have a thing of falling down from great heights, and going up that cramped staircase within the dome itself, and emerging up on the top, at the spire on top of the dome, looking all over the city. It's a great view. It's a fantastic view of the whole valley. That Firenze is like it's down in this river valley, and you can get a great view from any side on top of that spire. The problem for me was that I was standing on top of a hollow dome. And my logic is that once I step on top, once I'm on stuff like that, the stuff will break, to put it very simple. So I was freaking out. I was managing, but after a couple of minutes I had to say, I have to get down, I have to get down. And yeah, so we went down, and we went back to the hotel room to calm ourselves down. And at this point we were sort of, as we noted, we were getting a bit pissed off at each other. It's a thing we do. If we spend too much time together, we just get pissed off at each other, but it usually blows off. I think it's like that with many kind of people. But yeah, so that passed, and we went to dinner, and we had some ice cream. Oh, the ice cream! If you're going to visit Italy for one thing, go for the ice cream. It is. Oh, they know their ice cream. Italians know their ice cream. Totally. Yeah, Firenze was beautiful, and the Boblo Gardens. Oh, fantastic gardens. It was like you don't really get those kind of gardens in Northern Europe. They're like, they're like parks, like with just trees and grass and things. But they have those statues and like proper landscaping, like steps and columns. There was even amphitheater. What's it called? Amphitheater. You know the Greek theater thing. And we just saw a lot of people walking around. Art students, a whole bunch of them sitting around with their things, just doodling. So yes, that's Firenze done with, and now we are going over to Rome, which this next clip is going to introduce Rome to you. And I'll let you just see for yourself, because for me it was really overwhelming. And just look and enjoy.
Bruker noe av det siste strømmen jeg har, så skal det være på dette.
Det er ufattelig stort og nydelig. Ja, men det vet du da. Hvor var det Stian ble nå?
Jeg gjemte seg det. Right, so that's Rome done with. And I'm so ashamed of myself that I didn't get any more video footage out of the day, the days, because we were there longer than the other two cities. We stayed for two days in Venice, and 2 days in Florence, and 3 days, I think, 3 or 4, no, it was 3 days in Rome. So we got a chance to see a lot of the standard things. Among others, it was the Vatican, the Vatican City, the Vatican Museum, a lot of cool stuff. A lot of statues and artwork, tapestries, a lot of interesting things. I like going to museums like that, just looking at stuff. I'm strange like that. And after the museum, we went in to St. Paul's Cathedral. Now, I'm not a Christian. I'm not a Catholic. I'm not a Protestant. I'm not any kind of. Christian. I guess I'm religious in some kind of sense. I'm not really sure what kind of sense, but the thing about walking into a church, or a cathedral, rather, as grand as St. Paul, it's completely mind-blowing. You walk in and it is so much bigger than you think. And you think about how long did it take to build this enormous building? And it was made by people who didn't have any kind of modern help, like like the cranes and engines and things like that. They didn't have any of it. The things that we take for granted now, they didn't have anything. And it was like, I don't remember how old the cathedral is, but considering it was built so long ago, and when you walk across the floor, and you swatch the domes and the buttresses and no, not buttresses. I forgot the lingo, but you go in and you see the columns and the tall windows and the artwork in the ceiling, and we were walking in there. It was quiet. Well, it's not quiet. There's the continuing buzz of conversation, of the enormous amount of people in there. But suddenly, as I was recording, thankfully I was recording, and I didn't have a lot of battery life going. But suddenly I hear this organ music starting to play, accompanied by a chorus. And I was like, oh, I can't describe the feeling. I mean, I was so overwhelmed. I almost felt like crying. It was so powerful to see this big thing. It was more what the mind numbingness of what human beings can achieve if we're convinced that we can see it through. I think that's what amazed me. I don't think it was a divine presence or anything like that. I think it was more that this building was made by people who were a lot craftier than we are today, and a lot more willing to make buildings like this, because in a way they had to. It was like everything was built for God, ultimately. I mean, you can talk, you can discuss and stuff about the church wanting riches and grandeur and stuff like that, but to the common man who built the things, it was their chance to show God what they were doing. We have a similar thing here in Norway, in Trondheim, in Nidarosdomen, the Nidaros Cathedral. There are statues high up in the ceilings that can't be seen, but if you stand on the ground. And the reason why they are up there is because they are made for God. And that's a thing. Well, okay, moving on. And so, I think the first day was purely in the Christian part of town, you might call it. I forgot to tell you, we also were at the Capuchin monk crypt, which is a crypt where it was there were no pictures, photographs allowed, so I haven't gotten any pictures of it. Maybe I'll find something online to interject. Probably right now. And what the Capuchin monk crypt is a crypt where thousands of monks, Capuchin monks, are buried. Not only buried, but the skeletons were given to be put into these elaborate decorations. They used their bodies to create decorations, or for decorations to be created of their bodies. Anyway, and I remember that me and my cousin were walking along, and I get this feeling of I don't know what it was. I heard a lot of people, being freaked out and saying stupid things like, "Why do they do this? This is totally stupid." And me and my cousin started to talk to ourselves about what this was, and that they are giving their bodies to God or something. I don't remember what we discussed, but the people around us, some of the people around us, just looked at us like funnily in the corner of their eyes and just went along their way. But yes, so after being at the crypt and the Vatican City, we then went to the ancient Roman part of town. First stopping at Colosseum, I think it was. Yeah, it was Colosseum first. And that's really amazing. It is really big, and well, I say it's big, but somehow it was smaller. I really can't explain it. I always thought it was it was so much bigger, I thought. I don't know why I think so, but yeah, it just was. And you sort of felt the history while you were walking beneath the arches and in the corridors, and just looking out at this majestic structure, and then going into the Forum Romanum, the Foro Romano, or whatever it's called, Foro Romano, I think it is, with all these ruins, with broken statues and columns and even the entrance to the ancient Roman sewage system, which is really, that's something you really don't think about, that they had had a functioning sewage system, not in the modern sense, but it was a sewage system, and there's like these lots of tunnels beneath Rome that goes far back into ancient Roman times. But anyway, we were walking around, and looking at columns and broken and the old palace of Hadrian. I think it was Hadrian. It's a while back, and I can't remember everything. But it's really interesting to see something that has happened, but then to see signs of this great civilization. Well, I call it, but to see marks of this once great empire, which ruled most of Europe. And then that you see that it's crumbled to dust, ruins and dust. Really, it's a strong feeling. So yeah, that's all for my. I think that's all. I've probably left a lot of stuff out, but that's all I can think of, and I really should see this through. I really should finish this goddamn thing. I've been putting it off for so many months, months now, and I have no excuse, no other excuse that I'm fucking lazy. That's all, and I won't make an excuse for that. But anyway, here it is, or rather, here it was. There it was, grammatically correct. And I hope you liked it. Click the like button if you did, and if there's something you're wondering, or if you would like to leave a comment, please do. So until next time, bye.